Hey everyone, you're listening to Goddamn Gamecube, a podcast where we discuss video game franchises and video game industry topics that we're passionate about. This is episode 3 of the Fire Emblem Retrospective.
Okay. All right, it's time to talk about one of my least favorite games, this franchise. I'm going to reiterate what you said. Every game in this franchise is good to an extent. This one is probably one of, if not my least favorite in this franchise, and I have played literally all of them.
Yeah, you're talking about Shadow Dragon.
This is Shadow Dragon for the DS.
Yeah, do you know what's so strange about this game? Whenever I think about the DS, I forget we didn't really have a Fire Emblem entry. It's this one.
Yeah.
When I think like handheld games, it's just a Fire Emblem is a big part of it, but this one is not.
No, the DS era of Fire Emblem, I think, might have been the worst
Probably.
in its entire lifespan.
It's unfortunate because it really should have been the era where it was the best.
Yeah, which really sucks. So let's get into this game a little bit.
Yeah.
So Shadow Dragon is a remake of the very first game ever made. It's the 20th anniversary of the franchise. That's why they did it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's why they did it. And I guess you give them some credit for making the game faithful to the original, but it was a little bit too faithful and it just fell short in a lot of ways, in my opinion.
Yeah, what I always remember about this game is that I just think it's very meh.
It's boring. It's bland.
It's really boring.
Because you go from the epic scale of Radiant Dawn, we gotta storm the castle, we gotta climb the tower, to okay, this. Yeah, like,
kind of record
hell?
scratch.
Yeah,
nothing.
So one interesting part about this game, which is remember how we said in the very beginning that Roy and Marth were included in Super Smash Bros. Melee, the first interactions with this franchise in the US. We finally got a game that features one of those characters.
Yeah,
10 years later.
Yeah, I know.
So Marth is the main character of this game.
I even forgot that until we were sort of preparing to talk about this game. Mm-hmm. I forgot about that.
It's really kind of unfortunate because Marth is their very first main character, and he's, face of the franchise, very first main character, pretty well written character too, but unfortunately this was his debut in the US, which really sucks.
Yeah, in this game, it's very hard to articulate or sort of speak on this game where it's just very meh. Like, I mean, I guess some quick bullet points here. I don't remember. I shouldn't say that. I don't find any of the characters to be super interesting.
This is a good jumping off point, I'll say.
Yeah.
So you can praise this game a little bit for its script. I've gone through the script. I played the game a couple of times. The script is very well written. Whoever wrote it did a great job. The characters don't have much unless your name is Marth, Keda, however you want to pronounce that, or Maladus.
Yeah.
You really don't have any lines.
Yeah.
Every character, they have a line when they're recruited, and they have a line when they die. They don't really have anything else. There are no support conversations.
Really?
I
forgot about that.
There's still support bonuses.
Yeah.
So, if characters know each other, like Ogma, Barst, they know each other. They have a little bit of bonus when fighting next to each other.
It can't be improved upon.
No, they don't talk, nothing like that. So you don't get a whole lot of characterization. I read a long time ago, a comment about this game that said, it just looks like a bunch of cardboard cutouts.
Yeah, that's what it really feels like.
Can you name 5 characters from this game that aren't Marth or Keda?
No, because I thought Salo was one of them. I can't even remember this.
It doesn't
There's
matter.
a generic Sage character in this game,
Yeah,
right?
there is.
But it's not Pent.
Wendell.
Oh, it's Wendell.
Yeah, Wendell. Remember Wendell?
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Isn't there another Wendell in a different game?
Probably. They're
Who's
reusing
a
some names
priest?
now. Yeah, I think they're reusing some names now.
I'll have to research that.
But yeah.
That's so bad.
All right, so let's talk about this real quick. This game gets a little bit of praise from I want to say purists.
What?
This game does a pretty good job at keeping the strategy high, but the RPG low, if that makes any sense.
Okay, in what way?
Yeah, so there's a lot of difficulty modes in this game.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can go from normal, medium, hard, merciless mode.
I forgot about that.
Some of them are pretty interesting, and a lot of them are more like puzzles where, here you go, here are your characters, you can beat this, but if you do the wrong move, you will lose. But if you do this correctly in the way, the way to do it, you could do this 100%. There are ways to beat these maps like puzzles.
Interesting.
So if you do the right thing, you will win, basically all the time. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I guess I have to praise that aspect of the game. The strategy's pretty good.
They're, in this game, they did put a little bit of a save feature, right? Where you could save a couple of times per map.
This is this and the other game on the DS that never came here. They had a map save feature, which is very interesting. 1 or 2 save points on every map, and you can use them whenever you want.
It's your choice.
Which is a very interesting aspect. I didn't hate that because it was a way to save some progress, which was
I do
nice.
remember that about this game.
So, okay, we're going into features. We need to talk about one feature that started in Shadow Dragon and has become a mainstay of the franchise ever since.
Yes.
Reclassing started in Shadow Dragon. When we say reclassing, every character starts as a certain class in every game of this series. Starting in Shadow Dragon, you can change them into a different class, depending on if they're male or female, but they're really not limited in any aspect. You can change them to almost anything you want.
Let me ask you this, though. Is it ever worthwhile to do that?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. They're, especially on the harder difficulties. Can you make everybody you want a flying unit? You absolutely can.
Really?
Yeah. So what I like to do on the higher difficulties, because enemy stats are really high, some classes become kind of worthless.
Yeah.
This is, I remember in the last episode where I said max stats really start to matter.
Yeah.
In this game especially, a lot of classes don't have great speed when maxed out.
Okay.
So when you get late into the game, you kind of have to change classes so you can get the class with the higher speed so you can double, so you can actually win.
Yeah.
So I would say, in normal difficulty, no, it doesn't matter at all. But in higher difficulties, reclassing is very important to actually winning.
Okay.
Yeah. So there is that aspect too. And I can't deny, as someone who loves replaying this game, reclassing gives a lot of replayability.
Wait, you love replaying this entry?
No, sorry. Did I say... I love replaying games in this franchise.
Yeah, not this one.
Sorry, no. I love replaying games in this franchise, and when games in this franchise have high replay value, I regard them very highly.
Yeah.
So this game, with reclassing, that makes the replayability through the roof.
Do you also think it makes the characters worse because they don't have an identity?
I was going to bring that up too. I'm so torn on reclassing. Yeah. I love it for the gameplay and replayability aspect. Like, I want to make all mages this run through and see if I can do it. I can do that in this game. That's pretty cool. But you're right. Characters have an identity. It's just like in the other games, okay, this is my sword master. If he dies, I don't have a sword master.
It's like Carol or Carl.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the sword master.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Urk's the mage.
Yeah, right.
But when you can make anybody anything, I don't like that in any video game. I don't like that at all.
I know.
It's just, then why is me getting a knight special? I can just make one.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't like it.
Exactly. And it's weird because the people that are knights tend to make better other classes because knights aren't that great in this game.
Yeah. I tend to not like reclassing. You know what it is? I feel like it just goes too far where I don't mind the branching classes of other entries where they let you sort of, yes, you can be a paladin or a great knight, or hey, you can be a paladin, choose a weapon. When you let everybody be everything, dude, then it's Skyrim.
I know.
Then you can do everything.
So I will say there is a little bit of a limit you can use.
Okay. Does it cap you out on how many flying units you can have or how many?
Yeah, it basically says however many of a certain unit you have in your army, that's what you can make. So if you have 6 cavaliers in your army, you can make 6 cavaliers.
Okay, sure.
Which that's another thing. You had so many characters in this game and not a lot of them are useful.
A lot of them are bad.
Yeah, like you probably have 8 or so paladins by the end of the game. It's like, why?
You know what it is too about this game? If you're doing a grand remake of the first game, why are there so many flaws of this game from the past 5 years?
They really wanted to make this game faithful to the original. And
mistake.
I think in part you should try to be faithful to originals when you're remaking, but you also have to make them better.
No, I mean, dude, we just did a whole thing on why the Resident Evil 1 remake totally outclasses the original, and there's no reason to have it.
Yeah, exactly.
The original was obsolete.
Right,
but in this game, not really.
They kind of made things bare bones.
It's kind of the same.
Yeah, and so one thing I want to talk about too is they gutted the magic triangle in this game. Do you remember this? It doesn't exist.
No, I don't remember this.
There's attack magic and staffs. That's it.
Eek. Yeah.
So basically, being a bishop is worthless because bishops and sages can both use attack magic and staffs. So why would you ever be something with a lower magic stat?
You wouldn't.
There's no point.
Yeah, I mean, I guess something that they did definitely keep true from the original one is they both aren't fun. they're both not fun to play in just different ways.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah,
man.
You're right, though. I mean, we've talked about this on a couple of episodes that you've been a guest on where, hey, look, this gameplay element that I made completely undoes this other gameplay element I made. Oh, no, I fucked it up.
I know,
like,
right?
Why? Like, oh, wait, bishops and sages, they use the same stuff.
Yeah.
Why would you use a worse one?
Okay.
It doesn't make sense.
It really doesn't. So, but in regard to classes, they did something right.
Yes.
Promotion items are all but gone. Well, I shouldn't say that. They're all master seals.
That's fine with
which
me.
is awesome. Please, thank you. You can get them, multiple amounts of them. You can use them whenever you want. It's like, yes, I want to promote this guy when I want to, and I can, because it's just a master seal. It's great.
That's
I love
fine.
that.
You know what? I actually don't mind that because I don't think upgrade items are a bad idea, and I don't think leveling up at 20 is a bad idea. No. I think, when they simplify it down a little bit, hey, all you need is this thing that can do it to anyone.
I love that.
I like
That's
it.
What
I think
want.
it's fine.
I think this game finally got promotions right.
Yeah,
which is interesting because it's.
Can you class change after you promote?
Yes.
Wow.
Then you reclass into the promoted classes.
Oh.
Yeah, it gets a little crazy.
Yeah.
So another really good aspect of this game is they implemented probably one of the best features, especially for this game. In this one, it introduced the ability to skip through things.
In what way?
You can skip phases, you can skip battle scenes.
Oh, you can skip animations.
Yeah, so you can get through this game faster than possible.
Good, because I don't want to play it.
I don't want to play this game anymore.
And it's so hard to say that because there aren't a lot of things about this game that I can say, dude, I hated this. I just don't like it.
Yeah, like it's just
it's boring.
Game. Yeah, like everything is bland about this game.
Yeah.
The character art is fine, but everything is dark.
Yeah.
The character art has no personality. Why all the characters have chubby cheeks, I really don't know.
I don't know.
It's very strange. The mute soundtrack's good as usual, but even the cover art of this game is boring. I didn't bring it up in the other one, but the cover arts in the series are usually pretty good. They usually feature, the main characters in the front with weapons, fighting stuff. Check out the Path of Radiance cover, probably one of my favorites in the series. This game's cover is literally just the map.
Eek.
It's like, what?
Why did you do that?
I don't know. It couldn't have
You know what's funny? They don't even mention it's the 20th anniversary, do they? On the cover?
No, they don't do anything like that.
They don't.
Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking with some of the stuff in this game,
I don't
honestly.
know. Do you think they just took it to what's the word? They played it too safe?
I think they did. I think they did.
Probably. Surprising. Biorhythm's gone though, right?
Yeah, thank God. No more biorhythm. This game gutted everything.
They gutted everything.
Hey, you know what? No skills either.
Actually, I don't dislike that.
We're kind of back to basics here.
Yeah, back to basics, but too much.
Yeah, a little bit too much back to basics.
Also, like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Isn't this the game where everything is defeat all enemies or seize?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is the one where chapter objectives, yes, thank you, are just going down the tubes.
Yeah, they don't do anything.
Every single map is a seize in this game, and Marth has to do it.
Ugh.
And Marth is the only one who can visit villages.
Oh my God. That
really
half of makes this game so annoying.
Yeah, you have to lug Marth around. Oh, by the way, Marth doesn't promote. So when you get midway through the game, Marth and everyone's
useless.
promoting, it's like, okay, you have to lug Marth everywhere. Oh, and by the way, the rescue mechanic's gone, so you can't even ferry him anywhere now.
That sucks.
Yeah. So what people do in this game, which I think is really funny, it's the only game in the series where you can really do this. Well, there may be a couple. It's called warp skipping.
Okay.
You get so many uses of the warp staff that you can just warp people everywhere anytime you want and just clear maps in a couple turns. Like you said earlier, to get this game over with.
Yeah.
It's pretty good way of doing that. Warp skipping's kind of fun. I will admit that. It's pretty fun to do that.
Well, I mean, I feel like you're just warp skipping because you don't want to play it.
I know, right? It's like, well, there's an annoying chapter. You can just warp skip your way out of it.
I guess. I mean,
yeah.
I don't have a lot of thoughts on this game other than go ahead. I mean, please.
Yeah. So I should get to some good parts about this game because it did do
a few.
Some gameplay aspects are good. I thought a couple of the maps were well done. The ones where you fight Garnef are very interesting.
That's true.
Yeah, the ones like he's invincible. So what do? He's running around the map, but you can't hurt him. How do you beat the map? No, it's kind of interesting. You have to figure that out.
Yeah.
The final one where you actually have to kill him. Although the only interesting map aside from that in this game is when you make Starlight.
Yeah, it's true.
That's the only one. Otherwise, that's really it. So the unit balance is abysmal.
Yeah.
As we've said, like you get so many random units of every class. I don't know why. You have your main Cavaliers, Abel and Cain, which is cool. Biblical,
cool names. I like that.
Yeah, I like it. Then you get, oh, hey, Rashea. Oh, okay. Oh, another guy. Oh, all right. Why do I have an 8? Why are there 9 paladins on my team?
I thought 5 was a lot and 7.
Yeah,
6.
it's worthless.
It is.
Yeah. And also the Speaking of characters, their interactions are terrible,
They're
too.
terrible.
Like Mathis, another Cavalier you have to recruit him with Lena, his sister. He
Yeah.
attacks her without saying anything.
That's so stupid.
It's like, why?
And you know what it is? It's one of those things, man, where I always go back to, it doesn't have that extra level of care. He knows her. Why would you do that?
Right, I know.
Unless there's some vendetta where he hates her. That doesn't even make sense.
No, and when Lena talks to him, he's like, oh, hey, nice, good
what's
to
up?
see you. I'm going to join you. After you just threw a javelin at my head, thanks.
What the fuck?
It makes no sense to me.
And it's just not enough care was put into this.
No, not at all. One good thing about this game, though, we do see the roots of this series, which is nice. See all
Because
the
this is a
character-
remake of the first one.
Yeah, all the character archetypes are there. In every game, you get the 2 Christmas Cavaliers.
You see Christmas Cavaliers?
Yeah, red and green. They're always red or green. Yeah. You get the Christmas
That's true.
calves. You get the low-level mage who you think is kind of cute, so you use them.
Yep.
You get the shitty archer.
Yep.
You know, you see, it's like, oh, it started in this game.
But if you're doing a remake, dude, you could have just made this better. I don't get it.
Yeah, I know. So, speaking of characters, too, there's one really crappy part of this game about units and them dying, which sucks. In order to get the side quests, you have to kill your units. Do you know that?
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm saying that phrase a lot about this game.
Yeah.
Don't you only get them if like what
certain amount of units are dead.
Yeah,
Certain
it's
amount
almost like a
team.
play to get you more units.
Which is really weird.
It's really weird.
It's very strange how it's very un-Fire Emblem, where you have to kill people to get things.
And also but you can just restart chapters to not have people die. Who
Yeah.
cares? Like, why would you do that?
There is one really funny thing you can do. I'm not sure if you know this.
No.
If you kill literally everyone in your army except for Marth, you start to get replacement generic units.
Oh my god.
Which is really funny. You get a scene where Malladus comes up to Marth and is like, hey, we're running low on troops, so we've recruited a few. Like, you literally get generic generals, generic paladins. They have made up names.
Oh my
Although
god.
the fighter named Wimp was pretty funny.
That's pretty
I'll give
funny.
them that. They're shitty and they just die. But I did a playthrough once where you just Marth and generics. It was very funny. I will admit that. But it's stupid.
But that's very un-Fire Emblem.
Oh,
to
it's
do
very
that. You should
un-Fire
just be
Emblem.
punished because you suck.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, no, it's bad. I mean, the story of this game isn't very good either. It's very bare bones. There's little to no world building at all.
Yeah.
I mean, show me a map of the first game. I can't tell you where anything is.
I know.
In Path of Radiance, Sacred Stones, and Fire Emblem 7. If you show me a map of those games,
I could probably tell you.
There's
Oh, yeah.
Foray.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's Ostia. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But this game, I have no idea where anything is. What's Gra? Grust? I don't freaking know.
I don't know.
There's an island? All right, cool, I
I don't
guess.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, do you have final thoughts on this game before?
No, not really. So
This is really, you know what? Actually, if you don't mind,
No, go
I
ahead.
want to give my final thought on this.
Please.
This is really where Fire Emblem hit a really big trouble spot. I think that's really the main message here that we should be maybe reinforcing. Is this isn't a bad game?
No.
But it's boring. And it everyone already didn't care about this franchise at this
Yeah.
time.
Right.
And with this game, Fire Emblem was in a really tough spot. Like,
Yeah.
to the point where we'll talk about this in just a moment. We didn't even get the next one.
I know. It's just.
What
I
do you
can't
have
believe
final
it.
thoughts on this game?
Yeah, I think this game disappointed me in a lot of ways. I'll
Yeah.
say that. But the biggest one, I think, is what we said in the first episode, where the plot of Fire Emblem games is generally not incredibly well done, but it's the interactions between the characters that make these games shine. And this game doesn't really
has,
have
like,
that.
none.
No, it doesn't have that at all. And that really disappoints me.
Yeah, like support's gone. You
Yeah.
don't get these endearing, it doesn't have that next level of care.
Characters are so replaceable. If I kill one,
It
whatever.
literally replaces them for you.
Yeah, it literally does.
They're so replaceable, it does it for you.
The game does it for you.
Yeah, it's bad.
Okay, so my final thoughts. Good things about this game. The strategy is really good. The script, I wouldn't say the story, but the writing quality in the script is very good.
So big ups to the translation team.
Yeah, translation team did a good job.
Localization was good.
Yeah, Marth as a character is good, but everyone else sucks.
Yeah.
And
But
yeah,
he
that's about
sucks,
it.
so you don't want to use him anyway.
I know. So
a
you get
lot of-
Fauci, and then it's just like whatever. Oh, actually, I have a final thought. You can do a really quirky thing in this game.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's the only way to make this game fun is do quirky things. But,
Yeah.
So with Marth, you do the fight against Garnef to get the Falchion, right? Mm-hmm. So what happens if you don't get it? Do you know?
No.
All right. So There's a way to get 2 copies of the falchion in this game. It's really stupid. So this is the first game in the franchise. I actually kind of like this. If a character dies, all their weapons and stuff are put into your convoy.
Which they should be.
In prior games, that didn't happen.
Because you bury them, you probably get their stuff.
Right. Yeah. In the other game, I guess you buried their sword with them. I don't know. But this game, you get their stuff back.
Yeah.
So you get a secret side quest if Tiki is dead.
Okay.
If you give Tiki the falchion and kill her, you get the side quest, which gives you a super powerful dragon, another falchion, and you can use the revive staff to bring Tiki back.
Dude.
It's really funny.
Fuck this game. You know what? That's like the only game in this franchise where they didn't put any thought into this.
No.
That never happens. You can never like save scum these games.
Yeah.
Or not save scum. You can never game this game.
No.
You can never do that.
These games always have a sort of human element that makes you care. And this game just didn't do that, and it's really disappointing.
Yeah, this is the goddamn GameCube stamp of we don't care about this game at all.
You know, I went to this recording of this podcast thinking, I don't really like this game, we'll talk. I like it less after talking about this. I like it less. I thought I had a decent opinion of this game. Like,
I almost thought about replaying it for this podcast. I chose not to.
You probably made a good choice. Yeah. Just read the wiki or something.
Seriously.
For the 5 lines of dialogue that happen in this game.
Yeah. I feel like moving on, let's talk a little bit about the game we didn't get.
Yeah, so this is really disappointing. This game, kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, this game reviewed better than Radiant Dawn, which I'm really upset about. I believe this game also sold better than Radiant Dawn because on the DS.
You're talking about Shadow Dragon.
Shadow Dragon, yes.
Yeah.
I believe it's outsold those games, but still didn't sell very well.
No.
So this game, and basically the commercial failure of past Fire Emblem games, it kind of put the series in a little bit of a lull where we were afraid it was going to get canceled. We didn't even get the next game.
I remember when we talked back then, we thought it was going to get canceled.
Yeah, so the next game on the DS, it never got translated here. There is a fan translation of this game, but it's Fire Emblem New Mystery of the Emblem, Heroes of Light and Shadow.
Yeah.
It would have been a pretty cool entry into the series because it was the first game where you had a self-insert playable character.
That's right.
Yeah.
You had an avatar character.
Yeah, technically you have one in Fire Emblem 7 with a tactician, which we didn't even mention the tactician.
But
in that
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't really matter all that much. But in that...
Just giving you agency in the game.
Yeah, exactly. But in that new game that we never got, you had a playable self-insert, which wasn't very good, but it was there.
You could do it.
It was an interesting aspect of the game.
And America didn't even get it.
We didn't get this game, and I remember we actually saw, not a trailer, but we knew it was being announced. And then we were like, all right, so where is it?
Yeah, when are we going to get the translation?
It released in Japan, and we're like, it's not, nothing's happening?
Yeah, we had to have been in college at the time.
Let's see.
2010, 2011, right?
Yeah, about college time.
About college time
when this game
never
came out.
came.
No, it was very disappointing how this game never came out, and it really, In fact, us and other Fire Emblem fans were like,
this series is probably done.
This is not good.
Which I feel like that's a really good transition topic into like this is like from a business perspective, this next game we're going to talk about is fascinating.
Absolutely fascinating.
Fire Emblem Awakening.
Yes.
This is one of these games where you guys ever had this moment where you said, you know what, we're not going to be able to make another one. We're not going to be able to do this again. Fuck it. Let's ball out.
You know what? I love them for this.
I do too.
We didn't even think Awakening was going to come out for a while. I remember we knew that Awakening was coming out in Japan.
Yeah.
And then E3 happened and we're like, hey, what the fuck? And Reggie had to tweet after the event and said, hey, yeah, we're getting Awakening.
Oh
That's how we found out it was coming
Reggie.
out.
Big ups.
Yeah, big ups to Reggie. Thanks. Because he's probably getting inundated with shit people
Reggie
like us.
Fils-Aimé,
Yes,
we should say.
Yeah, former president of Nintendo.
Yeah.
He had to tweet that we were getting this game.
That's so bad.
Which is awful.
People really don't care about this.
Yeah, which is terrible. So then we got the highly controversial Fire Emblem Awakening.
Yeah,
the 13th entry in this franchise.
Controversial from maybe a gameplay perspective, but I'll say from like a business perspective, it's like the best thing that could have happened to this franchise.
God,
where here's what I mean, it made a huge transition. Like this is now sort of an anime style game. Every gameplay feature kind of makes a return. Some new stuff makes a return in this game.
Yeah. I also want to point out, Shadow Dragon came out 2009.
Yeah.
This game came out in 2013.
Eek.
It's been 4 years. Am I doing the math right?
Yeah. 3 or 4 years.
4 to 4 years. And remember what we said earlier? These games typically come out pretty quick. 1 to 2 years between entries.
Well, they did, but they didn't release the other one.
Right, that's true.
They do, but...
So it's been a while since the US has gotten a Fire Emblem game.
Yeah.
And this game was huge.
Yeah, it was huge. Also, do you know what I'm thinking now? Just kind of... Now that, Fire Emblem is really in our brains the past couple of hours.
Yeah.
I always forget this. The 3DS was struggling at the time.
It was.
And this it's weird to think that now because it's sold through the roof
Right.
over the course of 2013, 14, 15, and so on.
Yep.
This could have been a reason, why they did this because, well, shit, nothing's working. Nobody's buying one. What if we put a huge franchise that maybe people don't know about on this console? Let's feature it in what was the Smash Bros on the Wii or on the Wii U?
Smash Bros. For Wii U.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, so they're Brawl characters and then Smash Wii U characters.
Yep.
Fuck it, let's just put all these characters into this franchise and let's make a 3DS release and see what happens.
Yeah, I remember I was hyped as fuck for this game. We hadn't seen one for a while. I drove home in a blizzard to play this game. Remember that?
Yes.
Yeah, I got the special edition 3D. I didn't own a 3DS before this game.
Yep.
So I guess that's people like me who didn't own one. It got me to buy one.
I can't believe they released a 3DS with this game.
Yeah,
they
special edition.
really put some money into this.
Yeah. Oh, wait. You mean they actually advertised it and it did well? What a fucking shocker.
What a fucking shock.
Yeah. Have you ever seen a Fire Emblem advertisement before 2013?
No.
I remember I was in college at the time. My friends were texting me, yo, I just saw a Fire Emblem commercial on Cartoon Network. I'm like, what?
What?
This doesn't
Why?
happen. There was a commercial for Fire Emblem 7.
Really?
Yeah, it's really bad.
In Japan?
You should look. No, here too.
What?
What
Wow.
happened to Dorcas?
Oh,
Remember that?
Wait, can I make that the subtitle? I'm going to make that the subtitle of this episode.
What happened to Dorcas?
Oh my god. I'll have to look that up.
It's really funny. You should
That's
you should
great.
rewatch it. You'll remember it when you watch it.
Yeah, I mean, let's get
Let's talk about this.
right into it here.
Oh man, they put fucking everything in this game.
Not all of it is successful.
No.
But I almost feel like, can I tell you something? I don't really like this game that much compared to other ones in the franchise, but I just really appreciate this game because of how much they really balled out and just
my
put
God.
everything in it.
They really had a fuck it, let's do this
Fuck it.
moment, and it's great. So the first thing I want to bring up is they brought the world map back.
Yep.
From Sacred Stone / Gaiden. They
Yep.
brought that back. You can do shop on the world map, do random battles, everything like that.
Yep.
So that's I'd like to think they brought back all of their favorite features from past
Everything.
entries, and a world map is probably someone said, hey, I like world maps, let's put them in. They're like, fuck it, sure,
Fuck it.
let's do it. Yeah, so works functionally the same.
Yeah.
You know what I want to say about the world map?
Yeah.
It's really funny. This game takes place, it's a different name. It's called Gillis and whatever. It takes place in the same continent that Fire Emblem 1 and Shadow Dragon took place on.
Yes.
I know the Shadow Dragon map better because of Awakening.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, which is like, come on, Shadow Dragon.
Yeah, what
really?
the fuck?
Really? Yeah, I mean, Marth is even in this game.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, I was also going to say about Awakening. I mean,
Yep.
I guess maybe right off the bat here, I really appreciate the spirit of this game, but
Yep.
but in terms of balancing, it's a disaster.
This game is so broken.
It's a disaster. Like it's fun. Like it's super fun, but it's super broken. Like, dude, being able to like team up your characters.
Oh my God,
Oh
pair
my
up.
God.
Oh, pair up.
So like, okay, why? Like you
Pair up
make
is
them
great.
Yeah, I know, but you make them unbelievable.
Oh yeah, your character has just become absolutely ridiculous, and you can just pair up anybody you want.
Yeah.
Like you can put up level 1 Long Ku and give someone +5 speed
just because
you really want to.
I know.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
This game is super easy, probably one of the easiest game in the franchise, just because you can break this wide open.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
let's talk about one of the reasons why you
Yeah.
can break this game wide open is the reclassing system in this game.
Yep.
While it does break the game, I do think it's a better system than in Shadow Dragon because at least you're limited.
Yeah.
So this game does it with second seals.
Yes.
Use a second seal, and every character has a certain amount of classes they can change to.
Yep.
So it's not like you can have an entire team of Wyvern Lords.
They
or
tried to
something.
balance this.
They tried.
It doesn't work.
It didn't work, but they tried. You know why it didn't work? Because when you reclass, your character goes back to level 1 and they keep their stats for the most part.
Holy crap.
Yeah, so you could just level them up
Yeah,
again.
this is also one of those games where stats go through the roof.
Oh my God, it's insane. It's actually very interesting aspect about this game too. They changed up the max stats for this game.
Yeah.
Normally in your first tier, everybody can get up to 20 in every
Yeah.
stat, but they changed that a lot for this one
Yeah.
because your characters get really, really good, really, really fast.
Yeah. And I also want to say, like, something I didn't love about this game.
Yeah.
I don't really. This is the one where you had the origin characters and like the sort of not origin characters. What's the word? Time travel characters, kids of characters.
Boy. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not going to say any plot points about this game, but
Yeah.
if you want to think the plot of Avengers Endgame, it's basically the plot of Fire Emblem Awakening.
Yeah. I mean, I don't love that.
Me neither.
I don't really like it.
Yeah.
I
liked Endgame. I didn't like the plot of this game.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the thing. I kind of reiterate. I don't particularly like this game or love this game because it's like wait a minute, but we have kids from other dimensions or other timelines, but now they're in our party. I don't really get it.
In universe, they made it make sense. It really doesn't, but they made it make sense. The whole time travel aspect. Okay, fine. Sure, we had kids. They're from the future and they came back through the Outrealm gate. Fine. Okay, whatever. It makes sense in universe, but it's kind of stupid.
It's really stupid.
It's really stupid. And they're all really overpowered.
Yeah, seriously.
So let's talk about that, actually.
Yeah.
This is an aspect they brought back from Genealogy of the Holy War, Fire Emblem 4, where you create pairings with your characters to create children.
Also to reiterate, that game did not come out here.
Right,
That's
not come
a
out
Japanese.
Here. The Japanese-only game, they created a 2-generation system in this game, too, where you pair up your characters and you get their children.
Yep.
So what do you think about that?
I mean, you know what's interesting about this game?
Yeah.
Besides that, it's just, what do I think about that?
Yeah.
It's bad. You know what it is? No, I shouldn't say that.
Yeah.
The game is so easy and everyone is so good.
Yeah.
We're like, it doesn't matter.
I know.
You could pair people up and have kids and you can do that. Why? For the anime giggles? Like, it doesn't make any, that's really it.
It's
like,
really
it doesn't
weird.
make any sense.
No, it doesn't.
And also, like, you know what? It makes no sense from a balancing perspective, a gameplay perspective, a story perspective. Why would you do it?
They really just said, fuck it, let's do this.
Fuck
Let's
it.
roll.
That's
And
the whole game.
Fuck it, let's roll.
Fuck it.
You know what we didn't even mention that's
What?
a part of why this game is so broken?
What?
You have a self-insert character named Robin.
Oh, that's right.
And he is probably the most overpowered character
'Cause he can
in
do
the
everything,
franchise.
right?
He can be any class you want. I do like the customization of him. You can tell him what stat he's good at, what stat he's bad at, which at the end of the game doesn't really matter. He'll max everything out anyway.
Yep.
But at least in the beginning,
Yeah.
it kind of makes a difference. I don't know. You can have him be magic-based,
Yeah.
melee-based. It's kind of cute. Kind of a cute way to do it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't mind the insert of the custom character.
Right.
It doesn't really bother me either way.
It doesn't bother me. I don't think they've done it exceptionally well in any game in the franchise, but
I
now
haven't
it's here
either.
to stay, I think.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
I would actually be cool if they just made him like he's not customizable. He is a certain unit.
Yeah.
Or but he's you.
Right.
That's fine.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
But I mean, I think moving right along here, why don't we maybe focus into, are there maybe specific maps or specific characters that jump out to you as good rather than the game just being kind of a fun sort of fucking
romp.
clusterfuck?
I do like some of the characters in this game because they brought support conversations back, and they're a lot quicker to get now, which is great.
Yeah.
I like quite a few of the casts. Not my favorite cast in the series, but I think a few of the characters are nice. I like Vake.
Yeah.
Vake is a cool guy. And you know who's really grown on me is Crom.
Yes.
The main lord.
Yeah.
He turns into like a dad jokey kind of guy, and I kind of appreciate that. He's
Yeah.
very wholesome. I do appreciate
And
Crom.
baby units are back in this game, right?
Donald is back.
Donald, yeah,
is
I call
back.
them baby units,
Baby
recruit units.
Yeah,
Donald's in this
back.
game. He's cool.
Yeah.
Oh my god, isn't oh my god, what is his name? Is Henry in this game?
Henry, yeah.
Oh my god,
I like Henry a lot.
the weird dark
Like
mage.
sadistic dude.
Yeah, he's really.
I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah, it's.
Oh, speaking of which,
Yeah.
this is the game where they invented cut in crits.
Yes.
They cut in with a quote. I kind of like them actually.
I
They
do
give
too.
characters a lot of personality.
I agree.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
I was also going to say, I feel like the most important aspect of this game, other than that it exists and it's crazy.
Yep.
This is huge. You can play it on casual mode.
I was hoping you were gonna say casual mode for that because you were right. This is something we need to talk
I
about
hated
right now.
this, but here's the deal. I absolutely hated this, but it saved the franchise.
It had to happen.
And so I said, fine.
Yeah.
So just a very quick of what that means. Fire Emblem is known, if your character dies, they're gone. That's it. It's done. But casual mode means they just come back at the end of the chapter.
Yeah. I believe in Awakening, if Crom or Robin die,
It's
then
still
it's
game
still
over.
game over.
It's still game
I
over.
believe. But everyone else is fair game.
Yeah. And so this is a very I'm sorry, when you said this game was controversial, I'm guessing you meant because of this.
The fan base is very, very divided on this game.
Yeah. Because listen, it really hurt the spirit of what the game is. But on
Yeah.
the other hand, this franchise was done.
If there was no casual mode, I think
it.
Fire Emblem is canceled forever.
I think it's canceled.
And I would rather have casual mode than Fire Emblem canceled forever.
I agree. I think that's where goddamn GameCube agrees.
Yeah, goddamn GameCube is in agreement
Fine, like
here.
we're gonna die on this hill until the game's gonna get canceled.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, then okay, you know what?
Fine.
We're good. We're good. We're fine.
I'll back up.
Yeah.
But seriously,
sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say it's a huge thing for the franchise because it continued.
Yeah. It is. It's huge. So a couple other things about this game that I think are very interesting.
Yeah.
This is the first game where you can control the camera in battle.
Really?
You can pause it, You can do a first person view. It doesn't really do anything gameplay wise, but it's kind of interesting how you can do it.
I forgot about that.
It's also the first game where you can fast forward battle animations, which is really nice.
Yes, that's right. I always do that now.
It's like, because I don't like to turn them off because I think the battle animations are just a huge part of the game, but sometimes they take a while, so you want to fast through them. I let fast forward through them.
That's, and what's so interesting that you say that in Three Houses that we'll talk about later.
Yeah.
I did that in every animation.
Yeah.
I had fast forward held down the whole time.
Because like they're nice animations, so you want to see them, but you wish they went a little quicker.
Yeah, because there's a lot.
Perfect.
We got shit to do.
I wish Pokemon did that.
Me too.
Yeah,
we'll talk about.
But we'll talk about Pokemon in a different episode.
Me too.
So this is also the first game in the franchise where DLC became a huge part of the series.
Yeah, we're in that era of games. Era of games.
Yeah. So to support the franchise,
how much money did you spend on this game?
Oh God, I think I bought every single piece of DLC except for the weird ones. I'm gonna get to that in a minute.
Okay.
I bought every piece of story DLC because I thought this game was gonna be the last one in the franchise. And every single story DLC unlocked a prior character from the previous entries. So you can get Ike, you can get Lynn, you can get Ellawood. And they gave you some really nice conversations. Like I remember one with Lynn when you recruit her DLC character. She says, "Wait, are you Mark? Oh my God, I remember you."
That's awesome.
Which is really cute.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh.
You're like, holy shit.
I'm like, oh my God.
That's so endearing.
Yeah. So they did a lot of really nice things with those characters.
Yeah.
And then they had the bikini DLC.
Oh no.
Which is really weird. I don't like it. I don't really like that aspect of.
Don't tell me it skeeved you out and you don't like it.
Yeah, it really skeeved me out. I remember when they launched the trailer for New DC. I'm like, oh, I'll check it out. Why is Lucina in a bikini?
Why?
Oh, this is weird. Oh, I don't like this. This is weird.
Dude, and it's just like, I'm going to quote Beppy from a previous podcast.
Yeah.
I know why, because the men who made this game thought it would be a sellable point.
And it was.
No.
Oh, people liked it.
Of course
That's why it existed.
I hate gamers.
Me too.
I hate them so much.
I know. So I bought a lot of DLC for this game.
Not that one.
Not that one. There was a really cool one called Apotheosis.
Yes.
Which was the hardest of the hard difficulty that you can get for a few maps, and it was actually very challenging. I really liked it.
Yeah.
And actually, I'm gonna put a hot take here.
Yeah, please.
The DLC storyline for Awakening called The Future Past. I think it's one of the best DLCs I've ever played in a video game.
Really?
Story-wise. I actually think it should have been the ending of the actual game.
Hey, I mean,
yeah.
I mean, when it comes to that, I'm just glad we got it.
I know, me too.
Because
me too.
That DLC wasn't actually built until the game was released,
yes,
right?
Correct.
As far as we know.
Yeah, but they wussed out and didn't do it. They didn't put that as the actual ending.
They didn't do it.
I actually really like the way it ended in that DLC.
Yeah.
So if you play Awakening, I recommend if you're gonna get any DLC, just get that one.
Yeah.
I think that's the best way to go. So, another thing about this game, I really like the soundtrack too.
Yeah.
And but there's one aspect of it that's really funny.
Yeah.
Voice acting came back for this game.
Yes.
The game is not fully voiced.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna try to explain this as best as I can. You have text bubbles, and then the characters say like a grunt or a couple of words.
Or so. Yeah. Like,
it works
almost
most of the
mumble
time.
speech or whatever.
Yeah.
Bubble speech.
Yeah. They have the text box to say, "Hello, my name is Marth," but they'll say "Hello."
Yeah.
Something
exactly.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So sometimes it gets really funny.
Yeah.
If you're just listening to the voices and not the text boxes. So, for example, like I said, Marth is in this game. Marth comes into the picture and he's talking to Crom. So the conversation in the text bubbles flows something like, "Hey, I'm Marth," blah, blah, blah. They start talking. The actual voice text is, "You may call me Marth." Really? No. It's like,
it doesn't make any sense. Maybe there isn't quite the level of oversight there.
Although I do think the translation was pretty good for this game. I think they did a pretty good job.
I mean, I was gonna say, and I mean, even though like I think I played this game 2 or 3 times through.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have a lot to say about it beyond what we've just talked about. Other than it saved the franchise, so I can't hate it.
I know.
I can't.
I can't hate the game either. Honestly, I'm gonna do another hot take here.
Yeah, please.
This is the best Fire Emblem game on the 3DS.
It's not a hot take. Because you're right.
Am I though? We'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
Because there's one game on the 3DS people definitely like.
I mean, they're all good.
They're all good, but I think this is the best 3DS Fire Emblem game.
Yeah. I mean, do you have final thoughts on this game?
Yeah, I want to talk about the Outrealm game Outrealm Gates a little bit.
Sure. Because
this is Intelligent Systems and Fire Emblem's way of connecting all the universes together.
Yeah.
So by using the DLCs, you travel to different worlds, which you can then infer, every single Fire Emblem world is related.
Yeah.
And they can get to everything through the Outrealm Gate.
No, I promise. Every Legend of Zelda is connected.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So before we end this, I
Yeah.
want to talk about why this game is controversial with the fans.
Yeah.
So there's two kinds of Fire Emblem fans, I think. The ones that really love the old games and think the new games are just too. I don't want to say anime-y, but that's kind of what it is.
They are. It's too much anime bullshit.
Yeah, too much anime bullshit, and they refuse to play them because they just don't like them.
What?
Yeah, and then there's other ones who started with Awakening and love the franchise.
That's really important.
Yes.
I mean, I wasn't going to comment on this. I didn't think of it until
Yeah.
now. You're starting to see there are Fire Emblems of different Fire Emblem fans of different generations.
Yeah, a lot of people got their start in Awakening.
Exactly. A lot of kids got their first handheld was a 3DS. It was not a Game Boy Advance, and which means this may have been your first one.
Yeah.
So you probably loved it.
Yeah. So I know our consensus here. I was going to ask you, so what do you think? Knowing how Fire Emblem is today, do you wish Awakening was the last one, or are you glad it continued?
That is such a good question. That is an excellent question for a final thought. Nick, I think that's the best final thought we've ever had.
Thank you.
Do I wish Awakening was the last one?
Their big last hurrah with everything they wanted. Should it have been the last Fire Emblem?
My initial impression is no, because I did enjoy, for better or worse, the games that came after it. And like, that's such a good question. The dark part of me wants to say no, the older games were better. No, of course not. No, I would say I'm glad it continued, because I guess my final thought is, for better or worse, this game did save the franchise. And you know what, Frodo, it was worth saving. There's some good in these franchises, and it's worth fighting for. I mean, honestly, also, like, every game in this franchise is good, so it's not like I'm shitting on Final Fantasy and I wanted it to end 20 years ago.
Yeah, I know, right?
Whatever.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what's really interesting about this too, this is Fire Emblem 13,
Yes.
and it's divisive. Final Fantasy 13 was also the divisive point in the franchise as well.
Some people would argue it was way before that, but I think you're right.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think my final thought is really, to wrap this whole episode up, is it saved the franchise. I am glad it saved the franchise, even though I don't really like this game that much.
Yeah, my final thought is I like this game more than you do, I think.
Yeah,
I
I
do
think you
really
do.
like Awakening. I thought it was a pretty good entry. I'm not going to say it's, my top 2 or 3 Fire Emblems, but if I start thinking of ranking them, it ranks above middle for me.
The middle tier and up.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I think
for
it's
sure.
a pretty good entry, despite all the fuck it, let's roll they put into it.
Yeah.
Because above all, it is very fun.
It is fun.
It is very fun. So, with that being said, they built on the success of Awakening, and Intelligent Systems did what they do best.
Fuck it
Double
up.
down. Double down on the things they think make the game great.
Oh,
and with
God.
that, we will move into our next episode on Fire Emblem Fates.
Oh, God.